So joining us on stage now will be a panel discussing Zoroastrians in the media, facilitated by Tanya Hoshi. Tanya herself is a strategic storyteller, a Pakistani-Canadian filmmaker who has produced her own independent and award-winning films and documentaries. Currently also serving as Chief Social Media Officer for Fazana, she leads a team of 6 young Zoroastrians, creating engaging content and social connections within the global Zoroastrian community. Here to moderate the Zoroastrians in Media session and introduce you to the panelists, please welcome Tanya Hoshi.
Excuse me. I got eyes. Okay.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for attending today's session. I'm really excited to introduce our panelists. So please give a warm welcome to Ava Patel, Jasmine Dotiwala, and Shreas Pardiwala. And just a quick note, Mark is unable to attend today due to commitments, but we'll have his info on screen in case you want to connect with him. All right, so thank you, everybody, for being here today. I would love to start off just having each of you introduce yourselves, what you do, so everybody here can know.
Hi everyone. My name's Ava. I'm a TV producer, currently working on a brand new BBC Two series. So if I look really tired, that's why, because I've come straight from shoots to be here today. But so lovely to see you all, and ask as many questions as you can, get as much out of this panel as you can, because this is for you guys. It's not just sort of a soapbox for us guys to talk about ourselves for like an hour. But yeah, lovely to be here.
Hi everyone, I'm Jasmine Dotiwala. I work at Netflix, I work across at the BBC, Channel 4 News, Sky. I used to be at MTV for many years as an MTV news presenter. I led a couple of the MTV channels here in the UK. I've made a whole load of notes for you guys, like a true journalist, because I really want you to get so much out of this. I would love to see more of you in the media. So thank you for coming and listening today.
Greetings, everybody. I'm James Bond. No, I'm just joking. I am Shreas Pardiwala. I'm popular. Thank you very much. I'm Shreas Pardiwala. I am a Bollywood and theatre actor. I'm a theatre writer and director as well. Side by side, I'm also a clinical psychologist, and very happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here. So I want to do a quick poll in the audience. Who here currently works in the media, whether that's in television, in film, social media, broadcast, journalism? Okay, quite a few. Okay, amazing. And how many people here are interested in eventually working in the media? You might want to explore it. You might be studying it right now. Okay, quite a few. Okay, great, amazing. Also curious, how many people here are interested in being an actor or going into acting? How many people here already act?
My competition.
Oh, there's a few actors. Okay, amazing. How many people here want to go into broadcast or journalism? Okay, great. How about film? A few? Okay, amazing. Awesome. I would love to just start off. Have each of you tell me, what is it that you really love about the career that you've built for yourselves, so people can kind of know what's actually so enjoyable about it, and what's made you actually, fight for the roles you have today?
Well, I think what I love about it is when you're producing or when you're making a documentary or you're making something for BBC Two, something in factual entertainment, whatever it is, you're often getting to know people in a really short space of time, making them feel comfortable. And I think for me, it's the fact that, I've had people tell me their deepest, darkest secrets over a period of sort of like 3 days. And it's a real privilege to be able to get so close to people and sort of help them get their story out there. It's hard work, but those little moments make it worth it.
I love working in the media because no 2 days are the same. You literally bounce out of bed and everything that I call work is what most normal people call fun. I love meeting new people every day. I love shining a light on hidden communities, hidden voices. And as I said, no 2 days are the same. One day you could be on a red carpet talking to a Hollywood actor. The next day you could be in Parliament interviewing a politician. And the next day you could be walking down the road doing vox pops with regular people. It's just very exciting. It keeps keeps you current. And if you're interested in people and people's stories, it's the best job in the world.
There are many facets to my answer. For starters, my career is my baby. I can proudly say I'm a self-made actor. No one from my family has backed me in terms of, no one's a producer, director. Sure, everyone has supported me. I've got a lot of love from my mom, dad, a lot of acceptance, and they've been the most amazing parents ever. But the entire terminology of nepotism, it doesn't work for me because I have nobody from the film or theatre or acting background. I am a self-made actor, and that's where I take a lot of pride. At the same day, whenever I go into work, I can play you. I can play all of you all. I can play various careers. I can play a doctor without an MBBS degree. I can play a lawyer without a law degree. I can play various individuals. I'm able to express emotion which individuals fear to express on a day-to-day basis. I'm able to get as naked mentally, emotionally, not physically. I'm able to get as naked, as raw, as real as it gets. And I don't think any other career on the planet, on this planet, allows you to be so real, so true to yourself. I'm able to be human in every way. And I think that's the beauty of being an actor.
I love that. If there's ever a movie made about me, Shreas, I want you to be the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I'll be able to look as good as you, but I'll try. I definitely will try.
Thank you. Similarly, I'm the first in my family to explore a career in the media, and I was so nervous that I wouldn't get the support, and I'm so happy my parents were like, just go do it. And they supported me studying film, and they did not put any kind of like friction towards that journey. So I'm curious for all of you, and I'm sure some people might relate, like if you're straying away from like the traditional doctor, lawyer, which are amazing professions, don't get me wrong, or accountant in my case. I'm curious if your parents supported you. Did your friends support you, your family? I'm curious what the outcome was when you're like, this is what I want to do for a career.
I did broadcast journalism at uni just because I wanted to go to uni. I just wanted to dance all night, have fun. And one of my teachers was like, what are you going to do at uni? And I was like, well, I don't know. I kind of just want to go so I can literally dance. And she was like, you like talking, do journalism. I did broadcast journalism, had no idea what to do afterwards. I don't think there was much support there in terms of what to do after. Worked in a 999 call centre, answering 999 calls for a year, and then completely fell into TV. It was never planned. I had no idea what TV was, what production was. I had no idea that you had to get credits, work your way up. And so when I explained to my mum that, yeah, Mum, I picked up some presenters today, and then I got them their tea, and then I had to go find a basketball for a prop. She was like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of job is this? And she didn't really get it because I didn't really get it at that time. There was always support, and I don't think I was ever destined for one of the, sort of like traditional jobs that, lovely jobs that Zoroastrians have. But there's always been support, but I still don't think my parents know what I do. They're just really happy when they see my name at the end of the credits.
Mine don't know what I do either, but it's okay. They're still proud.
My mum and dad weren't particularly supportive or non-supportive. They were a little just a bit nonchalant about it. I think as long as I got some education and I got my A-levels and my degree, I mean, they weren't very happy that I wasn't a business or law or doctor or solicitor. But I think once they saw my first paycheck, they kind of got that I had a real job, because my mum would always say, oh, it's not a real job. And her friends would say, when's she going to get a real job? And then I'd come home and I'd take them all out with my first paychecks, or take them all on holiday, or show them the good life in a 5-star hotel. So they pretty much got that I had a real job after that.
So I've been a theatre and stage professional and commercial actor since the age of 7. I'm 31 now. And this entire period, this entire career of acting has been backed by the blessings of my mother and father. I'm blessed with the best parents ever, ever, ever. And, it is a blessing, because in this industry, to have financial support, to have financial backing, especially in a country like India, in a city like Mumbai, it's extremely crucial. And those individuals who come from remote villages, those individuals who come from spaces and backgrounds where parental and family support is not met with, it is very difficult for them. So my heart goes out to them. I luckily have not had to be in that place. So I've got tremendous support from family. And okay, family will support you because they give you birth, they love you, sure. But what about your peers? What about your friends? What about the circle you hang with, you chill with? That is of extreme and prime importance. And once again, I've had the best of friends. One of them is sitting right out here. So I've had the best of friends who've supported me, who've been with me. My journey has been a journey of blessing when it comes to support. But for an actor, family needs to support you, your friends need to support you, but there's a third party which needs to support you. That is somewhere where there have been moments where I've got it and there are moments I've not got it. And that is the most crucial support system because that actually helps me accelerate my career. That support system is the audience, people I don't know. The so-called fans on Instagram. Sure. I've got 91K followers. Yeah. But how many of them will actually come and buy a ticket to see my movie? How many of them will actually pay from their pockets to see me? It's very easy to scroll my reels on Instagram, but it's very difficult for you to come, get out of your homes, come to the theater to see me. So followers who follow because, oh, you're so cute, you're so good, is nice, it's nice, thank you very much. But how much of it will actually help me accelerate my career? That is important. So support from the audience, support from the so-called fans and the following is of prime importance for an actor.
Thank you. I know we polled everybody here just to kind of get a sense of those who want to have a career in media. How many of you believe that your family or friends will support you if you choose to do it? Quite a few. And keep your hands up. And those who are working in the media, how many of your family and friends do support you as well? Yeah. And then for those who are working in the media or want to work in the media, how many of you believe your parents, family, or friends won't support you in that decision? No one? Maybe? Okay. Well, I'm glad to see that because I'm curious, like, if any one of you want to take this one, but if people do feel resistance from their family to explore that, they're like, no, this is not a safe thing to do, or you might not make money. Like, what advice do you have for them to do in that moment?
May I start? Oh, ladies first. Thank you very much. Take the leap of faith. Jump. What's going to happen? You're going to fall on your face? Sure. You're going to break a leg? Sure. You are not going to die. And if you're not going to die, that just means there is hope. There is life ahead. There is a ray, there is a spark, there is something out there which is going to push you. So to those people who are not getting support from their audience, from their family, from their friends, as long as you support yourself with your resilience, with your motivation, sure, there are going to be dark days, dull days. This is your plan A. Yes, do have a plan B, but don't only bank on plan B all the time. Follow your dream, follow your passion, because I'll tell you something. When you enter a 9-to-5 white-collar job, okay, there is an incentive for a promotion, for a bonus. You know after 2-3 years, you're going to go to the next level. Out here, even if you are the biggest superstar, right now Barbie is released. We don't know what's going to happen to Margot Robbie. We have no idea. We hope the best for her. Right now, she is ruling Hollywood. She is big. But what if something goes wrong tomorrow with her fans, with her career, with her films? So there is no certainty in this industry. That much be assured. Be certain there is no certainty in this industry. But that does not mean you cannot take the leap of faith. That does not mean you cannot take the plunge. If you do not try for yourself, nobody will. This much I can guarantee you.
Great, thank you. Anybody else? Very good.
I think it's just about passion. I think if you imagine that you sit in an office job every single day from 9 to 5, I remember those office jobs when I was coming up straight after university. I remember sitting there watching the clock ticking, watching time go by, how long it took for each day to pass. Whereas in the media, every day is over before you know it. It's suddenly begun and it's over. There's not enough time in the day to get everything done. So when you think about your family and people supporting you, it's about you being happy and motivated. It's about you jumping out of bed for the rest of your life, doing a job that most normal people call fun.
It is fun. It's so much fun. So I know a lot of people here have expressed interest in working in the media. So I would love for each of you to kind of just tell me 2 to 3 hacks into getting into your profession at an entry level.
Yeah, entry level, I would say now you probably don't need to go to university if that's something you don't want to do. I feel like experience is key in telly. If you're eager and you're willing to work hard and you're willing to do a range of things before you get to sort of your dream job, then I would say just make a list of all the programs you like watching, make a list of all the production companies, think about what genres you like, have a CV set up and just send it to them. I'd say, especially in production, which is what I do, you do have to be willing to I started as a chaiwala. Literally, I was like a chaiwala. I started at the bottom, getting people their lunches, even getting receipts out of the bin for people that are on £6,000 a month or whatever, just so they could claim their £2 back. It's not glamorous like the movies, do you know what I mean? It's real life, it's tough, it's hard work. But as Jasmine says, it's so fun. You get to see and do things and be in environments that you never ever would. I've been at the back of a charge desk in a police station when murder cases have come in. I've held the hand of a dying patient on 24 Hours in A&E. I've been to 6 random people's weddings and made friends with their whole family and been mentioned in speeches. When else is that going to happen? But you got to work hard. You got to smile, and you sort of walking into your position, walking into your dream job is not going to happen. If that's what you want, then it's probably not the career for you. Hacks, I'd say, be willing, be active. There's lots of schemes out there now. I know when Jasmine first started, and even when I first started, I didn't know anyone. I'm northern, Parsi from Blackburn. No one's even heard of Blackburn. It's in the north of England. I got to London. No one can understand my accent, but these days there are schemes and there's people really willing to help. So reach out, try and get yourself a mentor, and just smile and have fun, really.
And by the way, Ava mentioned being a chaiwala. In the media, we call it being a runner. So when you start in film or television studios, you start as a runner, and it's the best job. Because yes, you are making teas, and you do feel like a bit of a dog's body, but guess what? You go into all the galleries, all the studios, the edit suites, you come to the shoots, you get to talk to everyone, you see all the different jobs that exist in film and TV, and then you really can see where your personality fits. So if you want to work in the media, I think the personality you need to have has got to be curiosity, because you're going to be speaking to people all day. It's genuinely competitive. You have to want to be better than the rest. No 2 days are the same. So if you like stability, then probably being a producer is not your thing, because things change all the time. People drop out of shoots. People are late. You have to cover up. If you want the stability in the media, there are lots of other jobs. There are jobs in data and research. There are jobs in finance and production accountants and managers. There are hundreds of jobs in the media and film that people never tell you about. So you assume it's all presenters and directors and producers and actors. But honestly, whatever you are good at, I bet you everyone in this room has a skill, and you may think, my skill doesn't belong in the media, but it does. There are jobs for everyone, whether it's business, finance, media law, music for media. There are so many jobs there. And my hacks to you would be, first of all, have an online digital presence, because I cannot tell you, I couldn't believe when I looked up the hashtag for this event here. There are so many of you in the room, clearly dynamic, because I've just heard you pitching some of your ideas, right? So Zoroastrians and Parsis, we have big personalities. So with all these big personalities, I can't believe that I'm looking on social media and there's no trending for this hashtag. If everyone in this room, first of all, hands up if you are on Instagram. Oh my God, amazing. Hands up if you're on TikTok. Hands up if you are on Twitter. Okay, so there's no reason that this should not be trending. If Zorro Youth Congress was trending, I would have been able to bring my camera crews here to do a story about this week, and I really tried. But my bosses looked and they said, it's not trending, no one's talking about it. If a community wants to be seen in the media, they would be demanding that we'd see them. But there's no hashtag. So if during these panels you hear any quotes that resonate with you, or you've heard quotes, or you've taken pictures pictures all week, then simply go on your social media sites and hashtag Zorro Youth Congress. If everyone in this room were to do it now in the next hour, you would be trending immediately. So just think about that. The media lives on Twitter, by the way. So if you want to work in journalism, film, Twitter is where news stories break. So that would be my first hack. Make sure you have a digital presence. Be an expert at a certain area. So what is the thing that you are passionate about? That if I said to you and your friends or your family, what are you really passionate about? They would say, oh, he's really into climate awareness or feminism or religion. Whatever it is, make sure people know that about you. And then join up to the hundreds of groups out there that exist to take you into media and television and film. So many people come up to me and say, should I pay hundreds of pounds for this course? You don't need to. There are hundreds of organisations, especially in this country, that are free. Things like Media Trust, Mama Youth, Fully Focused, Liberty, Screen Skills. There are hundreds and hundreds of organisations that exist that you can sign up to for free, get mentors, workshops, and they will pipeline you into the industry. And so keep in touch with us also. My name is Jasmine Dotiwala on Twitter and Instagram. I reply to people, I pinpoint them to courses that they may be interested in. So there's no excuse for you not to get into the industry. There is so much support out there for you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Hashtag Shreas Pardiwala. Let's get this trending right now.
Get it trending.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. Chaiwala, runner, in India, very derogatory. Junior artist, second lead role, assistant. That is what they term us when we start in the initial days. There was a time, a good 12 to 13 years ago, where I earned, for my first ever advertisement, only 1,500 rupees, which is nothing. It is nothing for a full day's job. Then I moved on to 20K, one day, 20K. Back to again 1,000, and I was a junior artist. So much so, the lead actors get their vanity van. They get to eat really good food, pizza, pasta, chocolate brownie. We get to eat simple chapati and dal on the side. The lead actors are made to sit there on those nice cushion
Reverse
chairs.
to us.
We want the dal.
We want the dal and the
Give us
chapati.
the dal and the
pizza is the
No,
cheap
I'd love
stuff.
to have the pizza. I'd like, come on, I mean, why not? So they made us in those nice cushion chairs. The junior artists are made to sit on bakra, na? Those random stools and wooden kind of chairs. We made to sit out there. The treatment, there's a massive discrepancy. But does that mean you stop? No, you need to keep going. One of the most important hacks, I feel, for starters, do not say no. Whatever you get, however you get, if you are not in a place to choose, don't try and choose. Go for it. Do it. Try to access it. See where it takes you. See how far you go with it. Because there will be a time in your career, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, 50 years from now, where you will be in a place and position of choice. At that time, you'll have 5 producers coming with 10 different films. Then you can choose. But when you want to really crack the code, and at the end of the day, I'm speaking from a space and a land called India, where getting into the media is a complete different ball game. Complete different ball game. I believe in Hollywood, you have to catch an agent. You cannot randomly just go and meet the production. It doesn't work like that. Out here, you can go and meet a casting director. You can go and meet an agency who will charge you crap loads of money. You can meet people randomly out here in India. You can make connections. I think it's more professional when it comes to Hollywood in terms of have a casting agent, the script comes to the agent pitches you. It doesn't work like that in India. So I really feel from the place and space I came from, do not say no. Take that 1,000 rupee job, take the 20,000 rupee job. Take it initially because there will be a time when you can pitch what your fee is. There will come that moment. Another hack I feel is so beautifully Jasmine said, guys, so I did my film, Y'all were all dancing to that song yesterday, Pani Pani. Yaria, I did in the year 2014. I shot the movie in 2012. I was only 18, 19 years old back then. Thereafter, I got 2, 3 other movies. Nah, didn't really click. But then what was my claim to fame again? What you all know me by? My Instagram reels. I put myself out there. So putting yourself out there on social media, I feel, is the greatest hack. Why are you waiting for a 70mm screen to come to you when you have this screen? This screen can take you to million other people. Thousands will come to the theaters, but million people will see you on this screen. Okay? It's not how big your screen is, it's how many people you reach. You have social media at your disposal. You have Twitter, you have Instagram, you have Facebook. I did not start my reels on Instagram. In COVID, I was really bored. And in Hindi we say, Kalakar ka kala phoot phoot ke bahar nikalta hai, which means an artist's art, it comes in bursts and in spurts. It needs to burst out. The artist needs to have a creative climax at every given point in time. And for 2 years of my life, I was in those 4 walls. I could not do anything. I needed to have an audience. I needed to perform. Social media came to my disposal. In India, I don't know how it's abroad, but in India, TikTok was considered cringe. I said, you know what? Let's use this cringe platform. It's okay. Randomly, I took my grandmother's Matha Banu, the scarf, and I randomly said, Nummo Khardo. And I did all of that. Okay? Yeah, I did make a fool of myself. Love you, Pepsi. Thank you. Thank you. So yes, I did make a fool of myself. You really think I did not calculate? You really think I did not say, I had to shut all that down. I had to say, stop second guessing yourself. And I put it on TikTok. And poof, the reel went viral. And then guess what happened? China and India had a war. And India had banned TikTok. During COVID, India banned TikTok. India banned the platform which was giving me a place and a space. Welcome to the artist's world. Welcome to the actor's world. Platforms will be taken away from you by your peers, by production houses, by the government. So what do? You stop? No. Then I went on Instagram. There were no reels back then. I started posting normal lamba posts, long posts, putting it up on Facebook. Then you guys made it viral. You guys put it on WhatsApp groups. I did not put my video on a WhatsApp group. So another hack is use social media. It is at your disposal. And a third hack. So for hack number 1, do not say no. Hack number 2, please use social media. Please don't go naked on social media. That's not cool. Everyone's doing that nowadays. Do something different, something nice, something which gives people a good feeling. Third hack is audition. I don't know how it is in Hollywood, but in various places, audition with your local theatre communities. Join theatre, be on stage, sharpen your tool. This is an artist's tool. The body, it's not only the face, it's not only your good looks. You don't have to keep going to the gym. How much iron will you keep pumping when you cannot perform, when you cannot act? Sharpen your tool. Sharpen your tool. Keep performing monologues. Keep sharpening your tool. Do theatre. When you sharpen your tool and when your preparation meets opportunity, no one can stop you from becoming a star.
Love that. Thank you. This is all really amazing advice. All of it. Thank you. So some of you may know Ava has actually produced a documentary about our community called Parsis and I. And I would love for you to kind of tell us about the reception that had. And do you believe our community should be creating more content about ourselves in general?
I made that film because I didn't see anything else out there. And it's probably to this day one of my proudest achievements. I made it thinking my mum will watch it, Nanny will watch it, maybe Bepsy Auntie will watch it, like, you know, just sort of tell people I've done it. And I think it's got sort of like over 20,000 views on YouTube. It went to India, it went to Canada, and like Shreas and Jasmine have said, it's through the power of social media and WhatsApp that it went global. I wasn't expecting it. The reception was amazing. And it just made me feel so proud because we are so amazing, whether you're Irani, Zoroastrian, Parsi, whether you're mixed, we are just the most incredible community. We don't shout about ourselves enough. And if I had the time and money, all I would do is make content on us, our history, the migration of people, you know, what we're like, the genetics of our community. There's just so much. We should all feel lucky every day that we've been born into this community. I truly feel that, like, in my heart, wholeheartedly. We are so lucky. The film was, it was great. It took a year to make. I filmed it on a really dodgy camera, so don't mind the graininess of some shots. I wrote it, I directed it. I had friends to help me edit. I took them out for dinner, and that's how I paid them. Still to this day, it's one of my proudest achievements. I think there's many reasons why we aren't massively talked about in the media and why we're not massively known. I think Jasmine puts it really well when, you know, we aren't hashtagging, we're not making a big deal of ourselves, so why is anyone else going to do it? But also religion, you know, ethics, theology. I think we're living in a time increasingly where if you are talking about religion, and even one as philosophically beautiful as ours, you're seen as a bit of a weirdo, like, oh God, no, don't talk to those religious freaks. When actually people need to open their minds and realize that it's not just about God with a capital G, like believing there's some man in the sky with a beard who sends us to hell when we do like bad shit. That's not it. So I think, unless production companies are particularly looking for religious topics, or unless it's the BBC and they've got a religious department, like, we're probably not going to get as much airtime as the dating shows and the Love Island, this and that. But that doesn't mean that we can't make our own content. But thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. I definitely think that, religion has a bad rep online, and it's up to us to really show people what is it. Like, what is Zoroastrianism? What does it actually mean when we practice it, and not some superficial myths that they might have heard of. And I've experienced this where people have all these assumptions about a religion, and I have to correct them all the time, like, no, that's not what it is, and we're not worshiping fire. So we have to control the narrative in that scenario. And for those of you, please go on YouTube and look up Parsi and Me. It's a beautiful documentary. Ava is so funny in it. It's actually really funny, and it's very informative, and it's a really enjoyable documentary, so definitely watch it while you're here. So Jasmine, I want to get to you now. What I really admire about you is your track record for uplifting diverse voices in the creative industry specifically. And I'm wondering what advice you have for racialized folk and minorities when it comes to working in the media. And then I'm also wondering what disadvantages have you personally experienced, and how have you personally overcome them?
Sure. So I think what I would say is that, remember, our colour, our sexuality, our gender, whatever it is that normally makes us a minority community, which is silly because actually that makes us the majority, use that to your advantage. Right now, especially since George Floyd, post-George Floyd, this era, every company and every business out there is looking to tick their diversity quotas, their inclusion. There have never been so many heads of diversity and inclusion ever, jobs advertised anywhere. So in the same way as Oxford and Cambridge and people who have got privilege and wealth use their advantage and privilege to get ahead, I would say use whatever it is about you to get ahead, because ultimately everybody else is using what they have, right? Whether it's mummy and daddy know someone, or I'm rich enough to buy my way into my education, or whatever it is. If you have to use the diversity card to get into a business, then do that, because you're not going to stay there if you're not great. You're just using what's in your, plethora. And remember, I'm sure you all know this already, but when you apply for jobs in media or outside of it, it's not a human being that looks at your CV in the first place. And a lot of people I speak to don't know this. When you submit your CV for any application, it's an algorithm and a computer that will first match the job description and all the criteria on the job description with what you've written on your CV and your cover letter. So if you haven't matched word for word, phrase for phrase, somewhere in that, the computer won't even sift it through to the application stage. And then when you get to the interview stage, we Google you. Everyone Googles who they're about to interview. So if you have no online media presence, no LinkedIn profile, no Twitter profile to work in the industry, then we think, well, you're not really about the industry. So for example, at a normal conference like this or a panel like this, if you were a real journalist or wanted to work in media, you would be taking loads of photos, you would be screenshotting and writing quotes that you're hearing on stage, and you would be immediately live tweeting or live Instagramming them. And then when I look at you and you've applied for something, I go, wow, she belongs in the media because she's already live tweeting and reporting on places that she's going. So that is what I would say about that. So use your racialized identity. Is that how you say it in Canada? Yeah, use that to your advantage. And when it comes to disadvantages, do you know what? I just don't know. I'm sure I've had times when I've been discriminated against. I just haven't really acknowledged it if it's been around. If it was around, I would definitely challenge it, because the first thing that we teach in diversity and inclusion is if there is injustice, call it out in a professional way. But I just think you have to keep it moving. You have to keep lots of plates spinning. When I'm not reporting on camera, I'm producing behind the camera. When I'm not producing, I'm directing. When I'm not directing, I'm writing columns. It's the same story, but sometimes I'm putting it on screen. Sometimes I'm putting it on the radio. Sometimes I'm writing about it. Other times I'm doing masterclasses with young people and training them to get into the television industry. And so far, over 500 young people that I trained at the Media Trust are working as senior producers, and they're changing the diversity of the media industry. So it's about focusing on the light, like we say in our religion and our culture. Focus on the things that you can control. Any negativity out there, just brush it off your shoulder, as Jay-Z would say.
No, I love that, exactly. Just focus on what you can control. I think that's lovely. All right, hashtag Shreas Pardiwala. Your comedic Parsi videos have done really well online.
Have they?
I think so. I'm curious, like, what the reception you feel has been to them and why you think they've done so well and why it resonates with our community.
All right, thank you. So allow me to answer the second question first. Thereafter, I'll talk about the response. So why do you think it, your question was, I'm not going to ad-lib, but I'm going to ad-lib actually. Why do you think it did it make such a big wave in the community? So for starters, it came during the time of COVID, as I mentioned earlier. During the time of COVID, everyone was on Instagram. There were two platforms, at least to my knowledge, which were buzzing. One was Zoom calls, okay, and one was Instagram. People were doing Instagram lives, Instagram story, Instagram posts. You got to see the view from everyone's homes because everyone posted their sunrise and their sunsets. Everyone posted what they're making for lunch, dinner, breakfast, snack, tea time, how much sugar they put in their tea. So the thing is that I chose a platform, or I came on a platform which people were using very, 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 very frequently. As compared to today, if I do a post, if it's not prime time, I might not get that many views or likes. Back then, 2-3 years ago during COVID, I would get views, likes like this. So I was using a platform which was very relevant for its time, number one. Number two is my content was humor. And there are a few things in media which truly, truly sell. One of them, in today's day and age, is sex. Sex sells. If you see Netflix, you see Amazon, you see movies. Another thing which really sells is humor. Another thing which sells is musical and songs and music. So I chose the genre of comedy. And comedy was selling. People were so tired, so sad. You put the news on, you hear about how many deaths. You put the news on, you hear about oxygen cylinders, people wanting in hospitals. In India, at least where I come from, it was a crazy, crazy, crazy time. When I was seeing Twitter and I saw videos of people fighting for toilet paper abroad. There were literally people in departmental stores fighting for toilet paper. So what was the world coming to? And in all of that, a lot of the community members come up to me and tell me, we found a ray of hope in your videos. A ray of hope? What ray of hope? I'm not motivating you to have a better life. No, Shreas, but you are making us laugh. Laughter is truly the best medicine. Sometimes I see people's videos, like for example, today there's a phenomenal Parsi comic, an actor who goes by the name Zarwan Bansha. His videos are fantastic. I believe there was another individual before me whose character name was Naj, and he was very popular. These are people who really help you. Like in India, there was a guy called Gaurav Gira who used to dress up and do slapstick humor. These are the people who entertain you, people whose comedy, whose mimic timings would put a smile on your face, and that's all the world needed for that time. Another thing was my content was relatable because, of course, I was using day-to-day activities of a typical Parsi household and I was exaggerating them, or as we say in literature, using the hyperbole. So I was really, overdoing it, and I guess that is what people wanted for the time. That is what people were resonating with. I could have done dry, silly humor, but no, I was playing on the idiosyncrasies. Now, does that mean to say that that is how we Parsis talk in a day-to-day life? No, of course not. Are we talking like that right now? Obviously not, but it's these quirks, these characteristics, these idiosyncrasies which you play, you exaggerate, that people resonate with, and that was my formula. I just picked on that. And as I said, my first video, I did not do to get views or likes. I did it because as an artist, I just wanted to perform. And y'all appreciate my performances. So once the actor tests the pulse of the audience, he or she needs to catch on to that pulse. Once I caught on to your pulse, rest is history. So it is what the feedback y'all gave me, I played with that. That is why my videos became relevant. The Zoom call video, was there anything like Zoom call before COVID? No, but everyone was doing Zoom call at that time. So I said, okay, everyone was having those silent, small, 10 people number marriages as compared to those massive marriages. So I played on the Navjot and marriage video. I just took what you guys gave me. And that is what media actually is all about. Jasmine said something very beautiful. She earlier said that if y'all feel that y'all are not a part of the media, okay, y'all are actually wrong because we draw inspiration from you. We draw inspiration from your day-to-day life. What you guys portray, what you guys show, we are just great observers. And then we personalize that observation and we put it on camera, on screen, on celluloid. Now, that is the reason why I think my videos were very revered and liked and etc., and they became popular. Now, how was the reception? There are two sides to that. The reception was phenomenal. That is why I am sitting in front of you today. Y'all have not called me because of my 2014 film. Y'all haven't called me because of my film Sanamre, which was shot in Canada. For all those people who are Canada, y'all are not calling me for that. Y'all are calling me for the videos I made on Parsis. So the reception was phenomenal. It was out of this world. The popularity I gained and I got from my Instagram and TikTok reels is what's made me come here, is what's made me popular all over again. But if I received love from the community, I should say this, I received a lot of backlash from the community as well. If you think that there weren't trolling comments, there weren't people saying nasty things to me, then you are highly mistaken. Around the same time of my Instagram reels in India, there was a WhatsApp video of a random other boy which was circulated, and he has met with some accident, and below someone has written, "This is Shreas Pardiwala, the Parsi actor, who has met with an accident outside Baikala Zoo. He's almost on his deathbed." Yeah, my father was in office, my mother was somewhere else, family was calling me, people from Dubai were calling me. So the negativity which people were removing, the trolling which was happening, I had women saying it's because of men like you that girls marry outside the community. I had a woman telling me in the Agyari, in the fire temple, she pointed at Zartos Pegambar's photo, Zartos Sahib's photo, and she said, "He will curse you." Okay, curse me. I feel it's the opposite, madam. He has blessed me. That is why I am here today. Just by somebody saying, "He will curse you, may you die," taking out random stuff, people saying, you won't get married. Bullshit. All bullshit. Do what you do. Be happy. Because at the end of the day, from those 100 comments, to be very honest with you, the last 3 were the trolling comments. Okay? The 97 top comments were the positive ones. It's your perspective, how you look at it. You want to focus on those comments, or you want to focus on the love? That one lady told me, "He will curse you." What about the 100 other women who have said, "My daughter loves you. I'm your biggest fan"? What about the guys who have said, "Hey bro, can we have a photo together"? What about them? They are my true love people. They are my true family. They are my true friends. They are my true fans. And you know what? I hate the word fans. They are my community. They are my family. And that is you guys. So the reception at the end of the day has been beautiful. And I take this stage of the Congress to thank my Zoroastrian community. Thank you for making me who I am. Thank you.
Thank you. Whoop. Beautifully said. So I'm going to take this time now for Q&A from the audience. Before we get started, please do check out everyone's social handles or websites that are on both screens, and please take your phones out and follow this lovely panel. You can stay in touch with their day-to-day lives and reach out to them as well, should you want to be in touch and get more advice beyond this panel. But yeah, I would love to open it up for Q&A right now if anyone has any questions.
Please don't ask me that lady's name. I don't know her name.
All right, over here, Tronesh.
Hey.
This is so unrelated. We'll film today. We'll film today. Sounds good. Let's get you on the internet. We're going to give Tronesh his debut. Any other questions? Any other questions?
Is
Don't be
anyone
shy.
here enthused by working in media after hearing us? Have you maybe changed your mind on anything?
Or have we put
Does it
you
sound
off?
like an attractive industry for you to be in? Or yeah? Loving that. Oh, there's a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, here's the thing, right? We, in British media for sure, if we see that you're trending, you're popular, you've got a presence, we will put you on television. There are so many TV stars like Mo Gilligan and Big Nasty who we have seen have a presence. They've gone from being like scholars or comedians or whatever, and we've given them television. If you make your brand about your speciality area, do you have a speciality area? Like, I don't know, do you like cooking, or is it business, or is it medicine, is it gardening? What is it about you that people will look to? Because if you have an expert voice in an area, then people will look to you and go, "Oh, that's the woman that we should get on to talk about this or that." Or is it photography? Is it videos? Is there a specialist area? One bowl, two bowls? One girl, two bowls. Perfect. So then you should tag, every time you put a post up, you should tag every other big platform that is also about cooking, cuisine, kitchens. You should tag all the TV programs and the radio shows, Waitrose magazines, anything that is around your world. I would do a little spider chart and a mind map with your name in the middle, and I would put all the different media in a spider chart around you. TV, radio, print press, digital, TikTok. And if you put all of them down and make sure you tag them, follow all their accounts, make sure you respond to them. When people talk to you on Instagram or social media regularly, you go to their profiles, you check them out. You say, "Oh, next time we have something around food, let's get her in," right? So make your presence and build it.
And if I may, sweetheart, be authentic. I know it sounds like a cliche, but there is only one of you, and when I was casting at BBC Three, we would go through YouTube, Instagram, social media all day, and there's a lot of people doing pretty much the same thing, and it's not a bad thing because that means there's choice. But if it is something that you're wanting to really push, be authentic. Do not be afraid to be yourself, because that is what people will look for first, that personality within the content that you're making. But yeah, good luck. Love the name. Wink, wink.
Yeah, I just want to say that's a naughty name.
Naughty girl.
Any other questions? Over here.
In your careers, have there been, who would you say was maybe the most interesting person that you've either cast or interviewed or worked with? Why?
Shreas Pardiwala.
Who? Hey! I love you. I've worked with, Jasmine will tell you, we call them the talent. The talent's on set. Have you got the, the talent's flat white? Oh my God, their car's late. Oh my God, bring their car forward because they don't want to be waiting around. I'm just like, yeah, cool, whatever. For me, and I've met a lot of talented people, interesting people, but for me, and I think it's the sort of content that I work in, I straddle sort of long-form documentary to factual entertainment. It's the real people for me. It's the people like you guys, like you and I, like real people with, everyone has a story, and that's, I guess for me, that's what I meant by loving that part of my job. Like, when else can I sit with a random person and, talk to them about their childhood or their, death in the fact, whatever it is. For me, it's just the real people, and it's just, a real privilege to sort of like listen to their stories.
Great. Any other questions before we wrap up? Don't be shy. If you have one. Sorry, I can't see. Oh, here. Go ahead.
Shreas. Hi.
At the beginning, you say get everything. And one of the things that happens in Hollywood is that behind the camera, yes, they help you because of your skin color. Yeah, right now everything goes. But in front of the camera, as soon as they even ask you for audition for a different, like an army guy, cop guy, or something, as soon as I open my mouth with the accent, oh, come on, become the terrorist, or become the Uber guy. Yes. And it keeps happening, and I say, like, I'm out of it. Yes. So what would you suggest in that situation?
So, absolutely, that happens in India all the time. I'm typecasted very often. For example, in South cinema, which is South Indian cinema, they will not take me. You know why? Because I'm fair. Because the actor needs to be tall, dark, and handsome. I'm not tall, and I'm fair. So, I don't want to say that. Who said that? Who said that? No, okay. So, yeah. So I'm typecasted very often. I'm actually typecasted also because for Indian standards, my Hindi is accented. For Indian standards. I think I've got good Hindi. But, so what do? That is the time when you stop relying on them and you start creating roles for yourself. There are several actors. For example, there was a movie in India where, for example, why Rocky Balboa, what did he do? He created a story, a script for himself. And then he went and then he pitched it. Same story in India. There was, I think the movie is Mukka Baaz, if I'm not mistaken, directed by Anurag Kashyap. I hope I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, cut that out. No, yeah, but there was a movie on wrestler, and the actor was not getting work anywhere. So what he did is he wrote a script, a story for himself, and he went saying, and it was a fantastic story. And what did he say? He said, I'll give you the story, I'll sell the story to you. If you cast me as the actor, I don't want remuneration. Just make me the lead actor. So start building stories for yourself. I have got a lot of roles in Hindi movies, in web shows, in small YouTube movies, YouTube clips, just by my videos. Just because I put myself out there, I wrote my own character. Go to theater. In theater, you can play whatever you want. You can play a tree, and you can use personification as your medium. Yeah, you can do that. And you will say, oh, the story of a tree, oh, my fruit has fallen. You can do all of that. People will believe what you are. So what you are doing is, you are making a small mistake. It's not really you, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. What we actors do, we wait for others to write our stories. We wait for others to cast us. We wait for others to pitch us. But why are you limiting yourself? Write your own role. Put out monologues. Are you using social media? I want to see your social media bank. And I want you to post a video every 2 days. I won't even give you the stress of every day. Today, if you have put up a post of a terrorist, tomorrow or day after, I want you to put up a post of a father. Act like a father. Play a monologue of a father. Right now, Barbie's trending. Play Ken. However silly it sounds, get those laughs. Be convincing, be confident. Show. Right now, I am just judging you as a casting director on your looks and your accent. I don't know what talent you have. I have no idea. Can you cry when I say cry? Can you laugh when I say laugh? Can you play a king? I have no idea what you can play. But for that, shoot. Now we have everything out here. Take a tripod, put this at night when no one is disturbing you. Create a monologue, shoot. Next day, put it. You might get 5 views. How do you know the second person from those 5 views might be a casting director? It might not even work out for you, but give it a shot. Till you do not create your own roles, your own stories, till you don't put yourself out there, no one will believe what you can do. See, in India, at the end of the day, you don't expect a superstar to do X, Y, and Z. You're taking the superstar for the superstar's name. You're not taking the superstar because he can be an action hero, or he can be a phenomenal drama hero. No. So, till you don't reach that time, you're not going to get that at your disposal. So what you're supposed to do is, you're supposed to create your own roles. Write your own skits, your own scripts. YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I swear to God, take me as an example. Social media. I'm not even kidding you. It's all out there for you.
Everything Shreas has said is so correct. And also remember, the days of stereotyping a brown person, you're only looking at the Western traditional media, if that's how you're still seeing things. When I see things from a Netflix or an Amazon Prime or a Disney point of view, the streamers, they're not playing into stereotypes. They are literally our biggest ratings, and worldwide global ratings are coming from Korea and K-pop and K-dramas. Okay, so make your own content. Look at streamers. Don't look at all the traditional Hollywood stuff or necessarily even Bollywood. There is a whole world out there. The minute you start getting traction and you learn to use social media, this little phone in your pocket can connect you to everybody. It's not a world anymore where it's about who you know. It's a world where you can literally connect with anyone. There's no 6 degrees of separation anymore. Anyone can, if you learn how to hashtag and jump into conversations, that was such a good point about the Barbie thing. Whatever is trending every day on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, if you look at what's trending and you can make content, what's coming up, if you know there's a calendar in the year where there's International Women's Day, there's Diwali coming up, there's Christmas or whatever, you jump into hashtags, you pre-think them, things go viral, you know, your career takes off. So don't be stuck into those ideas of stereotypes. They shouldn't let your mind go to negative places. Keep looking at the light.
Lovely, thank you. Do we have time for one more, or should we wrap it up? One more question over here. Everyone can relate. Everyone can relate to that, can't we? We're scrolling. With my job, I work in newsrooms a lot, so it's my job to make sure I know what's trending and what's coming up. But also, the way I
balance that out is to have lots of other activities in my life. So if you look at my Twitter, I'm mostly on Twitter. I sometimes remember to post on Instagram. I'm not on Instagram as much, but I make sure that my life is full of friends, activities, walks in the park, you know, adventure, loved ones. If you organise as much in your life as you can, then actually sometimes you don't have the time to always be on social media. It's about being strict with yourself, and sometimes you can feel social media bringing you down, because remember, everything is curated. Everything that we put on social media, we're showing you the good parts of our life usually, right? We're not showing you the struggles, the challenges. So it's about really mentally thinking about that. Whenever you see everyone on Instagram living their best lives, you're not seeing most of what's going on in their world. So just be really realistic about what's happening out there. Fill the rest of your calendar with good stuff and positive, healthy stuff is my advice.
I have a question for you. Are you in the media business? Okay, fine. So what exactly do you do, if I may ask? Okay. And when does your work end? What time does your work end?
24 hours a day, right?
24 hours a day, all right. So you need, and she said very beautifully, you need to know where you draw the line. It's, for example, when you have a lot of people who are doing 9-to-5 jobs. Now, unfortunately, with Zoom call and with work from home, you carry that work back home. But then there's a place where our fathers, our mothers, people say, okay, you know what? Out of office hours, I'm not going to work. So you need to understand that at the end of the day, if media is your job, you have to have a certain hour you give to yourself. For example, what do? Now, I don't look at social media as a fun or frivolous activity. For me, it's my work. It's my job. But I do this one thing. Whenever I take a holiday, right now out here, I'm not on a holiday. I'm here for work. I'm at the Congress. But whenever I take a holiday, believe you me when I tell you this, for those 5 days, those 3 days, that 1 week, I put my phone off. I'm not even lying to you. I'm not even lying to you. Or what do? I don't buy data. It's okay. The world will survive. Jisko jana hai, jayega. Whoever needs to go will go. Whoever needs to come will come. Whatever needs to happen will happen. Put your phone off for those 1-2 days. Go on a social media and phone detox. See, if your life is anyway going to revolve around social media and this is your work, you are by default going to come back to it. By default, on Monday, you're going to put it on, you're going to start. But when you go for that holiday, when you go for that long break, when you go for that vacation, when you take that breather, put it off. You need to know where to draw the line. Otherwise, I'll tell you what's going to happen to you, which happened to me. Burnout. Do you see any of my Instagram reels anymore? Do I create it anymore? No, it's been over a year. I had a burnout. I couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't do it anymore. So, of course, I didn't shut down Instagram. I just mentally told myself, away bus. Does that mean I will not start doing videos? Does it mean I will stop acting? No. I will continue acting. I might choose another platform. I might choose another medium of performance. I might go back to being Bokha, Bepsi and Shireen and all those characters. I might do all of that all over again. But for now, I took a break, and a very conscious break, because at the end of the day, you and your person is far more important than anything. And Jasmine said it so beautifully. What you see on social media is only what we want to show you. You don't know what's happening behind the camera. You only know that lovely photo I put with my girl, or the lovely photo I put with my family, the lovely video I put, the humor video I put. You only see what I show you. You do not see what is actually happening. So what is actually happening apart from that is what matters more in your life, because that's the real you. So learn to draw a line. Learn to have that detox period. Remember Sunday? Sunday is the day of the holiday. In workspaces, Sunday is the day you're supposed to put your phone off. You're not supposed to attend work calls. Create a Sunday in a month for yourself. If not a week, at least 1-2 days in a month, you're not going to touch your phone. Delete Instagram. Don't delete your profile. But delete the app. Don't delete your profile.
She's a social media manager.
For that 1 day, do it. I'll tell you why, because you're going to have a burnout.
And this is why I say I couldn't do what you do. That's why I would have to plan other things in my life to keep me off the phone.
That's fantastic. So you've got two perspectives, actually. You've got two perspectives. I know so many influencers who actually just disappear. For 1 week, you don't see what they're doing. And they'll put up a post, very, very sorry, came back from a long vacation from Paris. Here are the photos of croissants. You know, they do all that crap. So my thing is that please, 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 take a break, draw a line, because it will affect your mental health otherwise. And as a mental health personal, as an advocate for mental health, trust me, half the people who come to me are because they are burnt out.
And just really quickly, even if it's just once a year, go through people you're following. And if they're not making you feel good, they're making you feel bad about yourself, or you're not learning anything, or they're bringing nothing to your life, unfollow them.
Oh my gosh, she's going to unfollow me now.
See ya. See you later, Shreas. In a bit,
There
babes.
are so many social media platforms that are positive. So you know lots of people say social media is really bad for you. When you scroll, it makes you feel bad. As Ava said, there are so many media platforms that are good. And once you start following positive news, good news, empowering life coaches, etc., you'll get more of that in your algorithm. So it doesn't always have to be negative.
Love it. This is all really great advice. We do have to wrap it up now. I want to thank every single one of you for being here today. Please give a warm round of applause to our panelists. Thank you, Ava, Jasmine, Shreas. Thank you so much for all your advice.
And thank you.
Thank you, babes.
Tanya.